Welcome everybody to another edition of Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers, sponsored by Front Street Toys, Casper Egg, and Slama Enterprises. And sorry for the tardiness tonight due to technical difficulties and myself probably and my phone updating and getting Steve on, and we're here. But I got my buddy Stacy Butson, Ryan Zellick, our man helping us out, and Greg Elsing may be coming on. And I'd love to introduce the 2024 points champion for the light limited super stock, the first non-grease burner to win, I might add, light limited super stock class, Steve Zenz. Welcome.
Thank you. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
We're doing good. How's things over there in Potosi, Steve?
A little cold, but pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. Now, I'm going to start off with a pretty basic question. You were a hard guy to get a hold of and get on this our stream here for our champions interviews. What do you do for a living that you work second shift?
I work at a printing facility, Amcor in basketball. We actually rotate shifts. So 1 month you're on first, 1 month you're on second, 1 month you're on third. But I usually trade my third shifts away. I don't like the third shift.
Well, that's good. So we got you on the months where you're working days. Then is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good deal. Well, lucky for us. Glad to have you here tonight. John, you go ahead and run the show. I'll throw some questions out when I got them.
Absolutely. I just got a work text. Speaking of work. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Steve, hey Steve, when did you start pulling anyway?
Oh, I think it was like 2002, 2003. We had a naturally aspirated.
And that was when you. Nope. I'm sorry. And is that when you started pulling for the very first time?
You're cutting out there.
Yeah, I got the echo back too.
Wonder if it's something with Are you running through another set of phone?
Yeah, Greg jumped on and the echo came back.
Is it Greg?
Yeah. So Steve, when you started pulling in 2001, was that your first venture into pulling at all completely?
Yeah, we had a naturally aspirated Oliver. We pulled back.
Okay. Now you say an Oliver, being from Potosi, I'm from Platteville, so I know the lay of the land over there a little bit. There was an Oliver puller from Potosi, Cassville area there. Corey Snyder, was he an influence on you guys getting into the Olivers?
A little bit. I mean, when Dave actually bought the white in 2003 as a light super, Jason Hootman's old Mighty White tractor out of New York, actually. And Corey helped us with that a little bit when we figured out how to get her tuned and how to run, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, now you referred to your brother, Dave. Is he older brother than you?
No, he's actually younger.
Okay.
Year and a half younger.
Yeah. Now you guys run two tractors. One's a white and one's an Oliver. At least that's where they're skinned out, and the outside tell us a little bit about what's underneath them tractors. Are they identical? What do they consist of?
They're same engine block, but they're a little different camshaft grinds. Cylinder heads are a little different. I mean, they're obviously OEM heads, but they're, I guess, done up a little different. Manifolds. So yeah, they're not identical. One will turn more RPMs than the other. The Oliver turns a little more RPMs than the white, but
okay.
On the track, a lot of times you can't tell the difference.
Sure. And I believe you told me in the past that those are 5.9 Cummins motors that you run.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. And now the other tractor, the white, that came first. You guys ran that one for a couple years before you brought out the Oliver skinned one. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, Dave bought that in 03 from Jason Hootman, New York. It was a light super, had 3 turbos on it. We pulled that. He pulled WTPA and the Outlaws for a while, and then he went on the road building wind generators. And I kind of jumped in the seat and pulled with ISP down there in the egg chassis light super class. And Scott Spiegelberg kind of got the South Central going there with the outcall tractors and the light limiteds. And we ended up switching back to the single turbo and jumping in there because we were still at 360 cubic inch. So it fit perfect.
Okay. And then that kept you a lot closer to home at that time too, I would say.
Yeah, a lot closer.
Not as much horsepower, but still a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close right now to what we were.
Yeah.
The 3 turbos were pretty small.
Sure.
Newer tractor, the Oliver, do you guys buy that and start from scratch putting that one together?
Yeah, we built that from scratch pretty much.
Who helps you guys out with the
used parts off people?
Who helped you out with the engine program? Who helped you out with the engine program? Yeah.
We pretty much do everything ourselves. I mean, some guys made some rods for us. Justin Hall made the rods. Our early years, I picked Terry Blackburn's brain quite a bit. Corey Snyder obviously helped us. But we do all the assembly work ourselves. I mean, we go down to Ingle King's dyno, but most of the stuff ourselves.
Yeah. We all have a common bond there, Steve. I think everybody on the screen goes down and grinds speed down at Ingle King Dyno Service.
Kevin's helped us out a lot.
Yeah. It takes some variables out of it, that's for sure. So when did you guys jump in to start pulling with Badger State when they very first started running the light supers? I mean, when they started letting the alcohol tractors run, you guys were there at the very beginning, but I think it was very partial schedules. Am I right on that?
Yeah. You're saying with Badger State?
Yeah, with Badger State, yes.
Yeah, when they switched over, let alcohol in, we still weren't allowed to pull because we had front suspension. So I think it took a couple years before they came around and let the front suspension in. But yeah, we were still running for points in WTPA at the time. But
Gotcha.
And yeah.
You guys were close knocking on the door last year with points. I think I talked to you guys in Utica, and it was really tight in Utica. Coming into Utica, you guys were rolling in there and running hard. And then, hook and luck and whatever else, and ended up the year close. But you got the job done this year. What did you guys change from running in 2023 to 2024 to make you more consistent?
Not much really. I put different set of tires on about halfway through the season. That really seemed to help. But the Oliver started out kind of bad. We had a miss in it the first 2 poles up at stock, and then at the benefit pole. And I'm not sure what fixed it. It changed a bunch of stuff: distributor, wires, spark plugs, and Macville. It came back around. It was running good again.
Yeah, I remember the first 2 runs of the season. Yeah, it wasn't running up to full song yet at that time. You said you switched tires in the middle of the season. Take me back a few more years. Did you, and maybe I'm not even up to current. Are you guys on 30.5s or 24s?
We can run both. It depends on the track, but we pretty much run 24.5s most of the time.
Okay. Did you have 30s on it when you first started running with Badger State?
Yes, we did. Yes.
Okay. I thought so. Did going to the 24s seem to help your performance, give you a little more front end weight or anything?
The problem with our 30s they're the old style Firestones we're running, the long bar, short bars, and there's just not enough rubber to get a tall enough bar. So these 24.5s, you get a taller bar. Now these 24.5s, they're putting them right out to the legal limit now on the width. So yeah, these 24.5s definitely outperformed the 30s, I think, the old style 30s. But
Okay. And you thought rather than get a new style of 30s, you'd go with the 24s. The new style 30s probably a bunch heavier than the old pullers you had.
yeah, they are, and the price is quite a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way these pro stock and guys are going through their 24s, handing them down, you can probably pick them up pretty cheap nowadays.
Yeah, that's actually what we put on. We put on old style Parks on the Oliver. So
Okay. Gotcha.
by half price of
Are
those.
the old Firestone 2000s?
No, they're actually the Parks, the old Parks.
Oh, okay.
Parks puller. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't hear you. Sorry about that. Yeah.
What do you guys run on the white?
What was that?
What do you guys run for tires on the white?
The white, either the old style 30.5 Firestones, or he's got a set of hole shots on that one.
And are those 24s also?
Yeah, so they're 24s.
Okay. So you guys are getting the tractors somewhat similar in setup anyway.
Yeah, the Oliver's a little heavier. The Oliver used an 1800 rear end, and the white's 50 rear end, which is about 300 pounds lighter. So
Ooh,
usually the white, we got some. Yeah, we usually got some weight on the back of the white, depending on how good a track it is.
Sure. How much do you get to carry on the Oliver? How much extra weight do you have on it?
6250 is about 800 pounds, 900, 8 to 900.
That's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Never
Nice
lowered the
balance.
draw bar yet.
That's a good sign there.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite Badger State pulls?
What was that?
What's one of your favorite Badger State pulls?
Which one's the favorite pull?
Yeah.
Probably Baraboo. It's always a good track. I mean, Milledgeville and Lancaster are pretty good. Lancaster got rained out this year, but that Baraboo, that's always a nice place to pull. Good track, good facility. The food ahead of time is hard to beat too.
Yeah. Yeah, them guys up there do a good job. That's a great pull too. Just the idea of what we're pulling for up there.
Yeah. Now, Steve, since you guys came within a whisper of winning the championship last year, is that pretty much what you guys set as your goal? You and your brother set as goals over the off season to get that Badger State championship here in 2024?
Probably, I guess. We kind of procrastinators. We really don't know what we're doing until the bowling season starts. We always got to look at the schedules and try to figure out what we want to do.
Sure.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a goal.
Yeah.
Been pretty fortunate enough to win a WTPA points and an ECI points. Now with the Badger State, a different tractor, but
Sure. Them point championships, they're hard to get. They take a certain amount of dedication too. When things get a little bleak once in a while, it's like, just never mind, But to go for the championship, it takes dedication.
oh yeah, it was definitely nerve-wracking. The last 2 years going right down the last pole of the year, it was hard on the nerves.
Yeah. What do you think about because you guys run 250 pounds lighter than the diesels? Am I correct on that?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And what do you think? I think that's when they first brought the alcohol tractors into the fold on the Badger State circuit in the light super class. I think that's what they started out with, was 250 pounds difference. And I don't think it's ever changed. Do you think that's a pretty good setup?
Personally, I think it ought to be a little closer, but
Sure. Hey, that's what we're here for.
I think the diesel technology's really come along in the last 10 years. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Steve, because the diesel technology, we look at it in the pro stock class, what animals they've become in the last 10 years. And we all know the trickle down effect. And yeah, you're probably very correct on that. Yeah.
I think we run the same tires, 24.5s. We got to be pretty close on weight. I mean, I can see if you run a 30.5 versus a 24.5, but
Sure.
and actually, like,
Yeah. Well, you know what Saturday is? It's discussion Saturday, right, Greg?
yeah, I don't. It got brought up last year. It'll get brought up again.
Yeah. If you don't mention it, they won't discuss it.
I don't know if my phone is still making an echo here, but Ryan shut me off. But yeah, definitely bring it up Saturday if it's something you want to change. It's the time to do it. You know, so
yeah, it got brought up last year. Just see how things go this year.
Right,
So,
right, and then
I was gonna help the cause by winning points, but
yeah, Monticello, Iowa wants you guys back, and with pulling with them other guys from the Western Series, that was a good time, right? A few different guys to compete against.
yeah, those Robinsons were actually calling us a couple weeks ago, trying to lure us down to the Western Series this coming summer.
Yeah, yep.
We're
Do you guys have? Do you run into them guys any other time of the year when you pull anywhere else?
Not this year. Before Badger State let us in, we used to pull with them. Actually, COVID year, I think Dave won the points down there, 2020.
Okay. All right.
Not further
Perfect.
travel. Sure.
No.
Yeah, there's.
So
gonna
Steve,
go heads up on weight
you
this
and
year.
your brother Dave having the two tractors. Are you guys like separate operators in a team, or do you switch tractors at all? You just drive the Oliver, that's your baby, and the White's Dave's.
Yeah, so far. I mean, whatever, comfortable driving.
Sure.
Yeah, there might be a hook or something I might miss, and where he was going to drive one of the ECI hooks this summer, but I ended up getting rained out.
Okay.
It was a Monday night pull, and I was going to let him drive it. I was going to stay back, and go to work, but it got rained out anyways. But
Gotcha. So
That's kind of hard for pulling your schedule back and forth. I'm sure of that.
yeah.
When you guys decide, is it usually in the spring kind of where you want to go, or you hit the close ones, or you start doing good at one in the points and then you kind of stick with it, or kind of how do you decide? I mean, you guys pull all over, and you guys must go to what, 40, 50 hooks a year. You guys are always running around somewhere.
Yeah, we usually go around 30 to 35, but I don't know. Dave farms and he can take off when he wants, so I guess we usually just start of the season, we pick an organization and run points, and then whatever the dates don't conflict, we'll go pull with East Central Iowa.
Sure. Yeah. Steve, what got you interested in pulling? Did your dad pull, or how what sparked your interest? Because obviously you didn't wake up one day and say, I want to get rid of $50,000 real fast. I'm going to go tractor pulling.
Actually, Dad never pulled until after we started pulling.
Oh.
Really?
When Dave got the light super, we were going to some of those outlaw pulls, and there was local pulls back home for the naturally aspirated tractor, and Dad would take that to those. But I guess just going to local county fairs, and he had a neighbor down the road that pulled, and I don't know. Guess that's how we all got started.
Yeah, well, there's always been a lot of local pulling over in that part of the state from back in the. I go all the way back to the late '60s, early '70s. My dad and Dale Rupp and all them guys. You know, there's always been a lot of local pulling to be had over that way. I mean, I remember the Potosi Catfish Festival, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Yes. A lot of local pullers.
Who helped you guys out with your sheet metal on the Oliver?
Actually, a friend of ours, he's got just a welding fabrication shop in Dubuque, and he said he'd take it. I asked him if he's willing to take it on. He said he would. I don't know if he'd do another one, but it was dropped it off, I think, in July, and we didn't get it finished until the following May.
I think you guys
Basically worked on it after hours. He wanted me to give my approval. I mean, he did an awesome job.
Oh,
It looks sharp. You guys didn't even run it with paint the first year, did you?
No, it was just aluminum because we didn't get it back until I think it was Memorial Day weekend. We took it back home. Still had a lot of work to do.
Oh yeah. Plumb it all, put it all.
so for your championship season, Steve, how many wins did you have on the season, and seconds and thirds and stuff? What'd your season look like in the finish column?
I don't think I maybe had 3 wins. I didn't win that a lot. The turning point was Oshkosh and Utica. I won both of those back-to-back days.
Okay.
Then Aaron and I, Clucker, we were tied, I think. Then he had that oil pump issue, and then I think I won the Baraboo Fair pole. I think those are the only 3 poles I won.
Huh.
I would have won the benefit pole, but I turned down first hook. The misfire got worse.
I remember that now that I think about it. I think I was giving you the business about that.
Yeah. You usually do, Stacy. Shame on you.
Yeah. Well, 3 wins is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, especially in that group of competition, you guys are all also very tight. But having a consistent year is what produces champions also.
Yeah.
Did you have any major issues throughout the season, or was it pretty smooth sailing?
Oh, we had issues. I had to head off it twice. We went and pulled at Bloomington, a tri-state hook, actually, when I put those tires on, just try to get the tires figured out. And it ran good. I got home, and Sunday afternoon I did a leak down test and just looking it over, and number 6 cylinder was dead. I got the bore scope out and looked down in the cylinder, and the piston had a big crack across the top of it. So we put a new piston in before Freeport, but then Freeport got rained out. So
then you got to take it back home and check your work.
Yeah. Then we were out at Rockwell, Iowa before the Fall Nationals, and I finished second out there both nights. Ran good. Well, I got home and unloaded out of the trailer. I could hear it huffing, and I burned number 5 with the exhaust valve. So I had to head off before the Fall Nationals for the last hook. I put a new valve in it.
Just to make the Fall Nationals.
Yeah, just the last points pull.
Yeah, boy.
David Runkle wasn't too far back, so I had to make the hook.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about when it's going for the championship, because if you're not in the points, if you're not in the hunt for the points championship, that tractor probably doesn't get fixed to go to Monroe.
Probably not. But that's the last pull we made of the year. So we probably would have just left it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's what makes champions. That really is. It's that extra dedication.
You don't want to give it away. It's hard to get there, and you don't want to give it away in the last event.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, you've worked that hard and traveled all them miles up to that point to get there. And it's, your first Badger State Championship. Obviously, you guys have been champions everywhere you went, so it's really not that surprising that you got yourself in that position. But to finish it off, that had to feel pretty good that day.
Yeah, I felt good. I was not really pleased with my run, but I shifted down, just wanted to be conservative. I should have left it in the gear I planned on pulling, but the right tire came unhooked about 250 foot, and I pretty much ended my run. But
yeah, so that's another thing that happens too when you're running for the championship later on in the year. You start points pulling. You don't get risky. You start getting a little more conservative.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't pay attention to the points. Go for the win every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Especially with all the Robinsons, all those guys there. Would have liked to have made a better showing against all the ECI and the Western Series guys there at the Fall Nationals, but it is what it is.
Sure. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Just proves that points champions go to give it all, not to take it all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys signed up for Cloverdale, Steve?
No, we're not. I talked to Clint a couple weeks ago, and we're still on the fence. I don't know.
It's a long ways down there.
Yeah, get the trailer out and haul it down through. You don't know what the weather will be, and I don't know.
Right. Let them get the bugs figured out again. Hopefully they can get it as good as Shipshewana was. But
Yeah.
I think he will. But that track last year in Shipshewana was the best I've ever seen in my life. But and he says he can do the same thing in Cloverdale, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Hopefully with the new track stuff, since he mixed it in the dirt, he's hoping to get it just as good as Shipshewana, but no promises.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So then you guys are taking the whole winter off then.
Well, I don't know. The white's got to come apart. There's something wrong in the rear end of that, but
Yeah. Well, I just mean competitively, you're not going to any polls this winter then. So that was going to be my next question. Are the tractors coming apart for a winter teardown?
yeah, they'll come apart. I mean, the Oliver, we're going to put one of those turbo catch cans in there just in case to be safe, but we're going to redo the intake piping on both of them. But the Oliver has got some differential, something's wrong in the rear end, but it got loud.
Okay, gotcha.
Might have to. There's going to be a rules change on that crossover pipe. You might have to put a blanket around it, the first couple feet of it, or so thick of a pipe. We're not sure what's going to shake out. We'll probably know by Saturday. I'm hoping to. What everybody has to do, So that's one safety thing that might change. Our club hasn't had too many problems, but at the other meetings here, some of the other clubs have had some turbos come out the crossover pipes. I guess we haven't had that problem yet. That I know of.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a spec on crossover pipe thickness, is there?
No, there's not. And that's the question, whether to check thickness. I said, well, we got the tool to check roll bar thickness. Is why can't that work on a crossover pipe?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like somebody's getting some pretty thin material on their crossover piping.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Just everybody's worried about weight, there's guys even worried about weight in the heavier classes. I don't know what they're worried about, but
right.
There.
No cheese curds.
Right. No cheese curds.
Yep.
Yeah. Our crossover pipe on the Oliver is actually aluminum, so I don't know.
Mine are too, but it's 1/4 inch aluminum, but I don't know if some guys are getting some real thin stuff or what. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe thinking dissipating the heat, with the thinner pipe or something like that. And over the years, turbos, stuff that I've worked on that have come apart, they've had some, little itty bitty dings in them or whatever. I guess I haven't seen anything tore apart, but I guess, like you say, it's probably because who I've been running with always runs thicker pipe rather than thinner pipe.
Yeah, I hate welding that thinner pipe. That stinks. Want some little thicker so you can put a good bead on it.
Yeah. The other part too, that thinner pipe, you can explode that. I mean, for instance, I was at NTPA pull at Craig, and the intake blew off was a triple bypass or one of them down there, and they were rated to 300 psi. Well, they went like 310 and they come apart, and that was cast aluminum, big intake on a heavy super. So I guess it can happen.
Yep.
Well, speaking of
5 or 6 of them, they said come out this summer. I wonder what are you doing out there? You're doing something different. We are.
Yeah. Well, speaking of turbo piping, Steve, what kind of turbocharger do you have hooked to your turbo piping?
Turbo, we run Hartz turbos.
On both tractors?
On both, yes. One's newer than the other, but yeah, they're both Hartz.
Does the
Brandon.
new one work better than the other?
Actually, the wife's got the newer one, but
Okay.
the Oliver actually hasn't been on a dyno or anything for, well, about 3 years. So,
You got her running good then.
yeah, I don't know. Made some changes last winter. Seemed to help. But, of course, Kevin's advice on the changes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. He sees a lot of stuff go through there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys allowed computers on your tractor? I think you are, right?
Yeah, we run data logger, but
Yeah.
the fuel system's got to be mechanical.
Yeah, you watch that every week. You can learn a little bit of if things are changing or whatever, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you still do the old fashioned way like we do? Pull the spark plugs out and take a good look at them?
I do, but I run Autolite spark plugs. They're kind of harder to read versus NGK, but I don't know.
How many passes will you put on how many runs will you put on a set of spark plugs?
I used to do 6 because they're cheap. They're like $2, $3 spark plugs. But I've been going 12 to 15 now the last few years.
Do you ever try different spark plugs on the dyno to see if any of them make a difference?
No, that's something I keep forgetting to do when we go down there. But I would like to try some different spark plugs just to see.
The guys in the mods one time told me them spark plugs, who used to sponsor PP, I don't know if they still do or not, but
E3.
What's that?
E3 spark plugs used to be a sponsor.
Yeah, E3 spark plugs. Them guys said, the alcohol tractors and the mods said they work better than the other ones. I don't know if they're just saying that because of the ad or sponsorship or not, but
Yeah.
But they were expensive. I tried them in a snowmobile and it didn't make any difference.
Yeah. Well, you guys all know Mark Kohlberg. Back when he was pulling the propane tractor, he actually had a little spark plug dyno that he had. And he said he'd go through 3 or 4 boxes of spark plugs before he found 6 of them that were good enough to go in the tractor.
Really?
How he was testing or what he was looking for, I have no idea. But Mark's a pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
I believe it. I think we could have lost the points championship in 2018. I put brand new spark plugs in the tractor, went to a pull up in Colby, Wisconsin, and the tractor ran fine idle, but once you put boost to it, the fire went out. One of the spark plugs was bad.
Yeah. Blow the spark out.
Yeah.
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 Man, coil will do that too. You guys run upper end lube in your alcohol at all? Kind of help out with the valves? You said you burnt the valve. Do you guys run upper end lube at all or no?
What was that again, John?
You guys run upper end lube in your alcohol at all?
Yeah, we use top lube, upper lube, yes.
Okay. Because sometimes, if you don't, that's easier way to burn valves and whatever. And I always run upper end lube in the mini rod, the blown mini rod, but then like the garden tractors, you can't add anything to the alcohol at all. And it's not a performance enhancing thing at all, but I got to keep it separate. I can't have the blower motor alcohol run on the garden tractor because if they did test it, it wouldn't test right. So I got to run the straight methanol and that and the upper end lube in the blower motor. So yeah, kind of a pain, I guess.
Hey, Steve, tell us about family. You got a wife and kids and all that good stuff, or what do you got?
What was that now?
Your family life. Do you have got a wife and kids and everything running around?
No, I'm single. That's probably why I keep doing this.
Yeah, sure. It makes some of them decisions a lot easier.
Yeah. Probably the wrong decisions, but yeah.
Right.
That's good.
Or was the tractor is what made you single? That's happened before too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Stacy said it a couple times. Well, I'm gonna miss her.
Still got the tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I get home. Yeah. Yeah. You'll have that.
Steve, did you guys or your family, did you guys used to have a fabrication shop up between Potosi and Lancaster outside there on the big curve?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about. That was Larry Zenz. They're a distant relative, but no, that wasn't ours. But
Okay, that wasn't yours.
that's
Yeah.
Larry's welding now. But Larry Vesterman, actually, his boys are running it now. But yeah,
Okay. But you know where I'm talking about, right across from the Orchard Manor up there, whatever that's called.
yep. It's still there.
Okay, gotcha. That wasn't your guys' deal.
No.
Okay. There you go, Perry. I was talking to my brother Perry before the show tonight, and he said that was your guys' outfit up there. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Because we've been by that 100 times being from Platteville, going to Lancaster all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a roundabout there now.
Yeah, well, Wisconsin likes their roundabouts.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they put it in there a year ago, 2 years ago. There's been several wrecks, of course, but
Sure.
not a good idea, I don't think.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a video camera on them once and see all the accidents in the highlights or something like that. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Watch everybody get up there.
Some of them come into a little too hot and go through the center, but when they go through the center, then they might as well get the Dixie horn playing. You know what I mean?
Right. My question is, why do they put a mound in the center so you can't see what's coming at you? It should be flat.
Good question. I'll ask a couple engineers for you.
Right. Let me know. You wouldn't get the cool videos if the car's jumping over it, though.
No. Probably so nobody, around here, if you did that and you had it the other way, so there's a little pond, there'd be a bunch of guys out there fishing right in the middle of it, probably kind of, trying to keep them out of there.
Right.
So Steve, for 2025, now you guys have won the championship in all three major organizations within reasonable driving distance of your house, I guess. We kind of touched on this earlier. Your plans for next year, you guys just kind of look at the schedules and then take it from there, or you're gonna pick one out and say, all right, this is where we're gonna concentrate our efforts for this year.
Yeah, we'll just probably pick one out. I mean, I don't know. ECI wants us pulling with them all next summer. They changed their weight to help us out, and like I said, Robinson's, they called and they got their weight changed down there too to help us. So we'll see. I mean,
sure. Yeah, that's kind of the fun part when you're not chasing a championship. You can kind of go when and where you want to a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, you can pick out the venues with the better tracks or something you like about it, I guess.
Yeah, or if it's looking like rain and you're like, I know they're going to get rained out, but I have to go.
Yeah. We got rained out twice this summer, back-to-back nights, Lancaster and Pecatonica.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. At least Lancaster, you were close to home.
Yeah, we didn't even leave the shop. We knew right away. I think they canceled that in the morning yet. But.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, Pecatonica wasn't good.
You guys travel.
Pecatonica, we got stopped by state patrol on the way home.
Did you really? What for?
Oh, farm plates on the semi. They don't like that in Illinois.
No.
Uh-huh. Did they?
No.
There.
Did you have to make a donation?
No, he just gave us a warning.
Gary Brinkmeyer a few years ago drove all the way to Florida and back with farm plates on from Illinois. One time.
Yeah.
The luck I got, I couldn't get a down.
Yeah, that's quite the deal down there. They stop you at the entrance and want to go through your truck and trailer, make sure you're not bringing alcohol in, and I don't know.
Oh,
that's how it was when we pulled. Yeah, that's how it was when we pulled ISP. Also, I mean, Illinois just always does that.
Yeah, most places don't. I can vouch for. We pull our mini rods down in Illinois a lot, and most places don't. There are some special circumstances there, I guess. At Pecatonica, anyway. But
Zen's boys there they're telling guys pretty easy. We got 20 gallons in here with big mouth jugs. You want some?
Yeah.
Liquid moonshine for the motors. Yeah. If you had a chance to drive something else, Steve, and you could pick anything else, any class, truck, tractor, or whatever, what would it be and where would it be?
Oh, I don't know. There might be a couple of them. Growing up, I really, Connor Boys, that Bad Medicine tractor. I would have loved to drive that.
That's a good one.
Otherwise, Colin Ross and Jody Ross, like triple bypass, that'd be pretty cool. Probably Toma. We never got the chance. Dave did get to pull a Toma once, the light super, but I never got a chance to pull a Toma, so I'd probably pick Toma to pull that.
Have you ever pulled a diesel tractor at all?
No, I haven't.
You guys farm with Whites and Olivers? Is your brother?
Yeah, well, our auger tractor now is brake tractors are Whites and Olivers, but yeah, we got an Oliver 1655, and I got a 1955, a 1755. Got a White American 80, White American 60. I think that's all of our Olivers and Whites, and our big tractors are New Holland.
Yeah.
So you guys got a little bit of a collection going of the old Olivers.
Yeah, we got quite a few of them.
Do you come across, or have you had, or do you have one of them like the old Super 99s with that Jimmy diesel in it?
No, I have never.
Them are getting a little harder to find, I think.
Yeah,
They got that little Detroit in them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little 6V or whatever was in some of those. Wasn't that in the 992 or something?
Yeah. Yeah, there was the 990, and then they went, when the Oliver went to the big tractors, they put it in there for a while too, and they did it with both Oliver and Cockshut tin on them. With that, I think it was a 453 Detroit, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds right.
They were loud.
Yeah. I seen them pull down in Illinois a couple times. One guy had one in a Cockshut trimmed out tractor, and if it was the original, that was probably a pretty valuable tractor. And yeah, you talk about loud. They're kind of funny though. They go down the track making all kinds of noise, and boy, as soon as the sled gets on them, they don't have any low end at all.
Talk about, we had 2 180 Whites and 4 180 Whites when I was a kid, and they were loud with that cat motor in them. The cab windows are just shaking them things going down the field all day long. That's why I can't hear today, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, once Anglo King knew you guys were Oliver guys, boy, he probably set you right at the front of the list.
What was that?
Once Anglo King found out you guys are Oliver and White guys, he probably put you right in front of the list to get you in there for dynoing.
Yeah, maybe.
Didn't hurt.
We're a competition right away, so I think he was maybe a little hesitant.
I know. I was sitting with Kevin down at Shipshewana a few years ago when you pulled the Oliver, and he was sitting there and he goes, "By golly, that Oliver runs a little bit better than the White does," and you know, he knew.
Yeah. He's helped us a lot. He's pretty proud. I know people made the comments to him that Blackbirds must be dying on those tractors, and I think he just sits back and smiles.
Yeah.
What they don't.
Kevin reminds me of that guy that was in Canada that had that video across all over. The only mistake he made is he didn't park right next to the girls in the booth, he said.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting close to the end of our show time here. We started off a little late, and I do apologize for that. But It's been great chatting with you. Anybody you'd like to
Yeah.
thank that helps you out throughout the year, the sharpening tires, or comes to the pulls and helps, or helps behind the scenes, or helps with parts?
Well, my dad and my brother help me a lot. I mean, they go to a lot of hooks. Nephew goes and helps out quite a bit. My older brother, he makes a few of the poles too. Kevin, Angle King, obviously, big help. Mark Hort, K3 Tire, he keeps our tires freshened for us. Wheel and Machine, Kurt Wheel, and he's just down the road. He helps us out quite a bit with the machine that we can't handle ourselves. But yeah, there's quite a few people that help us out. But Whipple's Hybrids, the dad sells feed for Whipple's Hybrids. They put the wrap on the trailer for us. That was awful nice of them. But, like I said, Jeff Boyan, he did a sheet metal on the Oliver. Can't thank him enough. Did a great job. Ed Evercamp out of Flatville put the paint on it. That's why it looks so nice. So Evercamp out of Buddy, big help.
Yeah.
Ed's a good
Yeah,
guy. He's got some
Hart's-
pulling tractors.
Yeah. And Hart's Diesel, Brandon, and Dustin, they've helped us out quite a bit, keeping the supply in the air for the tractors.
They can build turbos for an alcohol burner just as good as a diesel burner, evidently.
Yeah, Brandon always says, well, it makes this much more on a diesel. I can't tell you what's going to do on alcohol, but it does seem to make a difference.
Yeah. That's his disclaimer as he hands it to you, huh?
Yeah.
That's good.
They make turbos for all kinds of stuff. They're big in the drag racing world down there. The old Oklahoma boys at the turbo motors and the drag racing and that too. So they're busy always, I think.
Yeah. I can't remember how many turbos he said he sold last year, but it was a lot.
Could only imagine.
Probably all started with Larry Larson, the first guy they built the turbo for down there in the racing. The first
I don't
one.
remember.
What's that?
I don't remember, but yeah, I know there's a bunch of them that, I mean, if you watch, that Street Outlaws show, there's heart stickers on most of the cars down there, You see it all the time, or even other drag racing stuff, other than like the NHRA stuff. You watch and you look close, you see a twin turbocharged car, and you'll see their sticker on it. So they must do a lot of work for a lot of them guys too. And them guys dynoing all the time too, with the motors, big blocks, and they're dynoing all the time.
Yep.
Says a lot. It says a lot. Well, are you ready for this weekend? Come up for the banquet, the Points Championship banquet? Are you coming up Friday night, or are you just come up Saturday?
I think we're coming up Saturday. Be up there.
Okay.
Got your speech all ready?
Oh, I didn't know I had to give a speech.
Oh,
Yeah. We'll put you on the spot. There'll only be about 425 people sitting there waiting for you to tell everybody how you did it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got cold going around here. I might lose my voice by Saturday.
Sign language works too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do it Zoom if we have to. We got Ryan Zolik. He's the IT master, so we can make it happen.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you just did your list. Now you just got to write it down and bring it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be too long-winded. We try to keep the banquet kind of tight. We only a couple hours is all we got, so we'll go easy on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Well, with that, we're going to head out for the night. We'd like to thank Front Street Toys, Casper Egg, Slama Enterprises. And you'll be able to watch the banquet live stream right on here on the Badger State Tractor Pullers Facebook page. Ryan will be live streaming the whole banquet. So if you want to watch, jump on and watch. And Steve, we'll see you this weekend and see everybody else up there this weekend too. Thanks again for coming on, and congratulations on your points championship.
Yep.
Great. Thank you.
Yep. Congratulations, Steve, and good luck on getting your 250 pounds back Saturday.
All right. Thank you.
You
All
bet.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
See you.
Yep.
Good night.
So long, everybody.
See you later.
See you.